Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to explore the law of attraction, and this video is part of an incredible series called The 12 Laws That Govern the Universe. Each of these laws has the power to change the way you view life and can help you manifest what you truly want. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, take advantage now and click the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos from this series. Believe me, you won't want to be left out of this journey of self-knowledge and transformation. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract everything they desire, while others struggle endlessly? What if I told you that the secret to success, love, happiness, and abundance is all around you, yet completely invisible? It's not magic, it's not luck. It's something far more profound. This is the law of attraction. Let's pause for a moment. Think about a time when you were deeply focused on something you wanted. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, or even a dream you never thought possible. Remember how every fiber of your being was tuned to that desire. It was almost like the world began to shift in your favor. Opportunities started appearing out of nowhere, the right people entered your life, and suddenly, things clicked. That's the law of attraction at work. But here's the twist. It's always working whether you're aware of it or not. Every single thought you think, every feeling you carry, is sending out a signal to the universe. You're constantly shaping your reality even in this very moment. Some might say it sounds far-fetched, but consider this. Science has already proven that everything, absolutely everything, is energy. From the smallest atom to the vastness of space, it's all vibrating at different frequencies. And your thoughts? They're energy too. Your emotions? They carry a vibration. This means that what you dwell on, what you focus on, becomes the frequency that you broadcast to the world, and that frequency? It's like a magnet pulling in experiences that match. So here's the powerful truth. You are never powerless. You're creating in every moment. And the real question is, what are you choosing to create? When we dive into the law of attraction, we aren't just talking about wishful thinking or empty affirmations. We're talking about the core of who you are and how your thoughts, beliefs, and energy have the power to shape your reality. You've probably heard the saying, thoughts become things. Well, it's more than just a catchy phrase. It's a universal truth. And if you're skeptical right now, that's okay, because I was too. But once you start to understand the deep connection between your inner world and the outer results you see, you begin to see the world differently. You stop believing that life is happening to you, and you realize that you're happening to life. Now that you understand the power of the law of attraction, let's dive deeper into the core principle. Like attracts like. What does this really mean? On the surface, it sounds simple, almost obvious. But the more you unpack it, the more profound it becomes. Think about it. Everything you send out into the universe, whether it's your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, is like a beacon calling similar experiences back to you. If you're constantly thinking about what you lack, focusing on fear, or dwelling in negativity, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to attract more of into your life. You see, the universe doesn't distinguish between what you want and what you don't want. It simply mirrors back the energy you're emitting. It's like planting seeds. You can't plant a seed of negativity and expect a flower of positivity to grow. Your thoughts and emotions are the seeds. What kind of garden are you planting? But here's the powerful truth. If you shift your focus, if you choose to concentrate on gratitude, joy, and abundance, then those are the seeds that grow. Imagine waking up every morning and choosing to believe that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Imagine the shift in energy that creates. Suddenly, life feels lighter, opportunities seem to arise, and things begin to flow. Personally, when I first began applying this principle, I noticed something incredible. When I shifted from worrying about what could go wrong to visualizing everything going right, my entire reality began to shift. It wasn't always easy, old habits die hard, but the results were undeniable. What you focus on expands. Every single time. And that's the key, isn't it? The law of attraction isn't just a passive thing. It requires conscious effort. You have to be intentional with what you're feeding your mind. You have to guard your energy like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Now, if you're feeling inspired by this, I want you to take a moment. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because this journey we're on together is just beginning. There's so much more to uncover, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on the upcoming insights that could completely transform how you see your life. We're building a community here, one where we empower each other to rise higher, dream bigger, and manifest the lives we've always dreamed of. So, go ahead and click that button. Let's keep growing together. Let's step even deeper into this journey, because here's where things get truly fascinating. We've all heard the phrase, everything is energy. But have you ever really stopped to think about what that means? Every single thing in this universe, from the stars in the sky to the thoughts in your mind, is made of energy vibrating at different frequencies. And here's the thing that many people overlook. Your energy, your vibration, is in constant communication with everything around you. You are not separate from the universe. You are an integral part of it. Think about that for a moment. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, is sending out a frequency, like a radio signal, that interacts with the energy of the world around you. This is the reason why sometimes you walk into a room and immediately feel the vibe, whether it's tense, joyful, or peaceful. That's because energy is real and it's contagious. Personally, I'll never forget the day this truth hit me. I was going through a particularly tough time, feeling stressed and drained, and it seemed like everything around me was falling apart. The more I focused on the struggle, the more I found myself surrounded by negative experiences. It wasn't until I realized that I was vibrating at a frequency that matched those experiences that things began to change. I made the conscious decision to shift my energy, to focus on gratitude, peace, and possibility, and slowly but surely my reality began to shift as well. That's the power of vibration. When you raise your frequency by tuning into positive emotions, like love, joy, and hope, you begin to align with experiences that match that higher vibration. It's like tuning a radio to the right station. If you want to hear beautiful music, you have to set the dial to the right frequency. The same goes for your life. And it's not just an abstract concept. Science backs this up. Quantum physics has shown us that at the subatomic level, everything is energy and everything is connected. This means that your energy can influence the world around you in ways you may not even realize. You can literally vibe with success, with happiness, with abundance. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself. What kind of energy are you putting out into the world right now? Because like a magnet, the energy you emit is attracting things back into your life. If you want more positivity, more abundance, more joy, then it's time to start vibrating at that frequency. And trust me, once you start consciously raising your vibration, life starts to feel a lot more like flow and a lot less like struggle. This is where the real magic happens. The universe is constantly responding to the energy you're giving off. So why not make sure it's an energy that attracts the kind of life you truly want? Let's talk about focus. Because if there's one thing that can change your entire life, it's where you choose to place your attention. You see, focus isn't just a mental exercise. It's one of the most powerful tools you have in shaping your reality. Wherever you direct your focus, that's where your energy flows. And wherever your energy flows, that's where things begin to grow. Think about it. When you focus on what's going wrong in your life, how everything feels like a struggle, or how you're lacking something, you end up stuck in that very cycle. It's like shining a spotlight on the negative, magnifying it until it's all you see. But what if you flip that? What if, instead of focusing on what's missing, you start focusing on what's possible? What if you fixate your attention on solutions, on gratitude, on growth? I can tell you from personal experience, this shift changes everything. There was a time when I felt overwhelmed by challenges, and all I could think about were the obstacles in my way. But here's the thing, the more I focused on those obstacles, the bigger they seemed. I was feeding them my energy. But when I finally shifted my focus to what I wanted to create, instead of what I wanted to avoid, it was like the fog lifted. The path forward became clearer and opportunities started to appear. This is the essence of the law of attraction. It's not just about thinking positively, it's about directing your energy toward what you desire, not what you fear. Focus is a form of energy. And just like a laser, it can either scatter in a million directions or be concentrated into a powerful beam that breaks through even the toughest barriers. But here's the catch, you can't fake this. It's not enough to say you're focused on success while secretly fearing failure. Your true focus, your true intention, is what the universe responds to. So if you're spending your time worrying, doubting, or complaining, that's the message you're sending out. And guess what? That's what you'll get more of. On the flip side, when you start focusing on abundance, on opportunities, on the good that already exists in your life, you begin to attract more of the same. It's like you're tuning into a different frequency, one where possibilities are endless and where obstacles are simply stepping stones to growth. So ask yourself right now, what are you focusing on? Because whether you realize it or not, your focus is shaping your reality. If you want to create a life full of purpose, success, and fulfillment, then you have to focus your energy on exactly that. Not on the fear of failure, not on the doubts, but on the vision of what's possible. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how the universe starts to conspire in your favor. Let's talk about emotions because they are so much more than just feelings passing through your mind and body. Emotions are energy. And that energy? It's like an invisible magnet, pulling experiences, people, and circumstances into your life. If you really want to understand the law of attraction, this is the heart of it. The way you feel shapes what you attract. Think about it. How do you feel when you're genuinely joyful, filled with gratitude, or in a state of love? Everything around you seems brighter, lighter. You feel connected as if life is flowing effortlessly. Now, contrast that with how you feel when you're trapped in fear, anger, or anxiety. Suddenly, the world feels smaller. Opportunities seem scarce and everything feels like an uphill battle. That's not a coincidence. Your emotions are dictating the frequency you're operating on, and that frequency is like a call to the universe. I've experienced this firsthand. There were moments in my life where, despite doing all the right things, setting goals, visualizing success, I still felt stuck. It took me a long time to realize that it wasn't what I was thinking that was the problem, it was what I was feeling. Deep down, I was holding on to fear and self-doubt, and that energy was canceling out everything I was trying to manifest. It was only when I began to consciously shift my emotional state, focusing on gratitude, on feeling abundant even before I had what I wanted, that things began to change. This is why emotions are so crucial in the law of attraction. Positive emotions like joy, gratitude, and love elevate your vibration and make you a magnet for experiences that match that frequency. It's not about pretending everything is perfect when it's not, but rather about choosing how you respond emotionally to what's happening. It's about cultivating emotional resilience and consciously deciding to focus on what makes you feel good, even in the smallest ways. Let me ask you something. How often do you stop and truly check in with your emotions? Are you running on autopilot, letting stress, frustration, or fear dominate your inner world? Or are you consciously choosing to raise your emotional vibration? Because here's the truth. No matter how much you visualize, no matter how many goals you set, if your emotional state isn't aligned with what you're trying to attract, it's like swimming against the current. You'll struggle to make progress. But when you align your emotions with your desires, when you start to feel abundant, joyful, and grateful now before your reality even changes, that's when the magic happens. That's when the universe starts matching your energy, and doors begin to open that you never even saw before. It's as if the universe says, "You're ready," and the things you've been wanting flow naturally toward you. So here's a challenge. Take a moment today to pause and feel. What emotions are you broadcasting to the world? Are they aligned with the life you want to create? And if not, how can you shift even just a little toward emotions that elevate your energy? Because remember, emotions aren't just feelings, they're the fuel behind everything you attract. Now, let's dive into one of the most powerful tools in the law of attraction, visualization. If you're familiar with the idea, you've probably heard the phrase "see it to believe it," but when it comes to creating the life you want, it's actually the reverse. You need to believe it to see it. This is where visualization comes in. But let me be clear, visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's not about wishing for something to happen while sitting back and doing nothing. Visualization is a deliberate practice, where you mentally rehearse your desired outcome, not just in thought but in feeling. It's about immersing yourself so deeply in the experience of already having what you want that it becomes real to your mind and, eventually, your reality. Think about how Olympic athletes prepare for competition. They don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. They spend hours visualizing every movement, every turn, every outcome, because they know that their brains can't tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something real. And this same principle applies to you. Your mind doesn't distinguish between your actual reality and the reality you're consistently visualizing. So, when you practice seeing yourself living your dream life, whether it's the career you want, the relationships, or even financial success, you're programming your brain and the universe to align with that vision. Personally, I've seen this in my own life. There were goals I once thought were out of reach, things that seemed impossible based on my current circumstances. But when I started to visualize those outcomes every day, and more importantly, when I began to feel the emotions of already having them, something shifted. Doors that were once closed started to open. People and opportunities showed up almost as if by magic. And it wasn't because my external reality suddenly changed, it was because I changed the way I saw myself within that reality. And here's where affirmations come into play. Affirmations are more than just positive statements. They are declarations of the truth you're choosing to create. When you say, "I am successful," "I am worthy of love," or "I am abundant," you're not just saying empty words. You're reprogramming your subconscious mind, shifting your beliefs about what's possible. The key, though, is that affirmations must be said with feeling. You have to believe them even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Because over time, your mind starts to accept these affirmations as reality. I remember when I first started using affirmations, it felt awkward, like I was lying to myself. But slowly something shifted. I began to notice that the more I affirmed my worth, my abilities, and my vision for the future, the more confident and empowered I became. And that internal shift is what made all the difference. My external world began to mirror the beliefs I was cultivating inside. So let me ask you, what are you visualizing every day? What stories are you telling yourself through your thoughts and words? If you're not actively creating a vision for your life, someone else's vision may take over. Don't underestimate the power of these practices. When you visualize your dreams and affirm them with conviction, you are literally planting seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious. And just like seeds, with time, focus, and energy, they will grow. It's not enough to simply think about what you want once and hope for the best. You need to consistently see it, feel it, and affirm it into being. Because the life you dream of, it's waiting for you. But you have to believe it first. Gratitude, it's such a simple word, isn't it? Yet, it holds the key to transforming not just your mindset but your entire reality. When it comes to the law of attraction, gratitude is one of the most potent forces at your disposal. Why? Because gratitude shifts your energy immediately. It turns your focus away from lack, from what you don't have, and realigns you with abundance, with what's already working in your life. Here's something profound. You cannot attract more into your life if you are constantly focusing on what's missing. It's like trying to fill a cup that already has a hole in the bottom. But when you begin to acknowledge and appreciate what you already have, that's when things start to shift. Gratitude closes that gap, and suddenly you're no longer operating from a place of scarcity, you're vibrating in harmony with abundance. Now, let me share something personal with you. There was a time in my life where I felt stuck. No matter what I did, it seemed like nothing was moving forward. I was frustrated, constantly thinking about what I didn't have, the opportunities one wasn't getting. It felt like I was caught in this endless loop of lack. And then, almost by accident, I started practicing gratitude. At first, it was small. I would simply take a moment in the morning to think about a few things I was thankful for. But something extraordinary happened. The more I focused on gratitude, the more I began to notice things in my life that I had overlooked. Things that were already abundant, already beautiful. It was like I was putting on a new pair of glasses and seeing the world differently. But here's the magic part. Once I started appreciating what I had, more things to be grateful for started showing up. Opportunities, people, experiences, it all began to flow into my life effortlessly. It's as if the universe was saying, now you're ready. Now you can receive. That's the thing about gratitude. It raises your vibration so high that it aligns you with the energy of abundance. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't have to be for the big things. In fact, it's often the small, everyday moments that carry the most power. The warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a friend, even the comfort of a quiet evening. When you make the conscious effort to feel gratitude for these moments, you're sending a signal to the universe, I am ready for more of this. And the universe responds. And it's not just about attracting more, gratitude changes you. It makes you more present, more grounded. It reminds you that despite any challenges you might be facing, there's always something to appreciate. It's a shift in perspective that can take you from a mindset of I don't have enough to I am blessed. And when you're operating from a place of feeling blessed, life feels lighter, more connected, and more fulfilling. Now, I know it can be difficult to feel grateful when life isn't going the way you want it to. But that's when gratitude is the most powerful. In those moments, when everything feels heavy, taking even a small step toward gratitude can be a game changer. It might start with something as simple as, I'm grateful for the air I'm breathing, or I'm grateful for the strength to keep going. Slowly but surely you'll notice a shift. You'll begin to feel lighter, and with that lightness comes new opportunities, new perspectives. So, I encourage you to make gratitude a daily practice. Start small but be consistent. Write down what you're thankful for, say it out loud, or simply take a quiet moment to reflect. Because the more you cultivate gratitude, the more you will find to be grateful for. And trust me, the universe will start matching your energy of appreciation with even greater abundance. Gratitude is more than just a feeling, it's a way of life. And when you truly embrace it, your whole world expands in ways you never imagined. We've talked about thoughts, emotions, and energy. But now, let's get into one of the most critical aspects of the law of attraction: action. Because here's the truth that many people miss. You can visualize, you can affirm, and you can feel gratitude all day long, but without taking aligned action, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. You see, the law of attraction isn't about sitting back and waiting for the universe to drop your desires into your lap. It's about creating a partnership with the universe, one where your actions are in harmony with your intentions. What does that mean? It means you need to move in the direction of your dreams. You need to take steps, no matter how small, that align with what you're trying to attract. Think of it like this. Your intentions are the roadmap, but your actions are the vehicle that gets you there. If you're asking for a life full of abundance, success, and joy, but your daily actions aren't aligned with that vision, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. It's like saying you want to drive to a beautiful destination but refusing to start the engine. You can't expect to arrive if you're not moving. I've seen this in my own life, and let me tell you, when you start taking even the smallest actions toward your goals, the universe responds. I remember a time when I was paralyzed by indecision, afraid to take that first step toward a big goal. I kept visualizing success, hoping for a sign that everything would fall into place. But nothing changed because I wasn't changing. It wasn't until I started taking small, imperfect actions that the path began to reveal itself. And once I was in motion, opportunities, people, and circumstances that I could have never planned for started showing up. It was like the universe was waiting for me to meet it halfway. And that's the key. You don't need to know every step ahead of time. Often, people get stuck because they think they need to have the whole plan figured out. But the truth is you don't. You just need to take the next step, the one that's right in front of you. Once you do, the path becomes clearer. The more you act, the more momentum you build, and soon enough, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. This is what I mean by aligned action. It's not about hustling mindlessly or forcing things to happen. It's about tuning into what feels right, what feels aligned with your vision, and then taking action from that place of clarity. Sometimes those actions might be bold leaps of faith, and other times they'll be small, consistent steps. But they all count, and they all move you closer to your goal. And don't get me wrong, this isn't always easy. Sometimes fear will creep in. You'll doubt yourself, you'll question whether you're on the right path, and you'll feel tempted to stay in your comfort zone. But here's the thing. Aligned action often means stepping out of that comfort zone. It means facing uncertainty with faith and trusting that the universe is working with you, not against you. One of the biggest misconceptions about the law of attraction is that all you need is positive thinking. But the truth is, the law of attraction works best when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all in alignment. When your energy matches your actions, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when the universe starts to move mountains for you. So ask yourself, what actions can you take today that align with the life you want to create? It doesn't have to be something grand. It could be as simple as making a phone call, writing down your goals, or doing something outside of your routine. The important thing is that you're moving. Because once you start taking aligned action, you set a powerful chain of events into motion. The universe rewards movement. It rewards courage. It rewards those who take action in the direction of their dreams. So don't just wait for things to happen. Go out there and make them happen. You have the power right now to shape your future. And trust me, when you start walking the path, you'll find that the universe is already there, clearing the way. Let's be honest, there are times when no matter how much you visualize, affirm, or take action, things don't seem to be going your way. It's frustrating, isn't it? You've set your intentions, you've worked on raising your vibration, but somehow life throws challenges in your path. It's like the universe didn't get the memo. But here's the thing that often gets overlooked. Challenges are not signs that you're on the wrong path. In fact, sometimes they're exactly what you need to grow into the person capable of receiving the life you're asking for. When things don't go as planned, it doesn't mean the law of attraction isn't working. It means the universe is preparing you for something bigger, something deeper. Let me tell you from personal experience, some of the biggest breakthroughs in my life came after what seemed like endless setbacks. There were times when I felt like I was stuck in a cycle of failure, when no matter what I did, nothing moved forward. But looking back now, I realized that those moments were the universe's way of refining me. They were teaching me patience, resilience, and most importantly, trust. You see, the law of attraction isn't just about getting what you want. It's about becoming the version of yourself that is ready to receive what you want. And that process sometimes means going through challenges that stretch you, that push you out of your comfort zone, and that force you to let go of control. These obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. They're the universe's way of preparing you for the abundance that's coming. But in those moments of difficulty, it's easy to start doubting. You might begin to think, maybe this doesn't work for me, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. But here's what I want you to remember. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust that beneath the surface, in the darkness, something is happening. The same applies to your intentions and desires. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean that things aren't moving. I once heard someone say, the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. This means that the delays, the obstacles, they're not there to discourage you. They're there to help you become the kind of person who can handle the success, the love, the abundance you're asking for. The more you embrace the process, the more you grow, the more aligned you become with what you truly desire. This is where trust comes in, and trust is not always easy. It means surrendering the need to control every detail, and believing that even when things look like they're falling apart, they're actually falling into place. It's about knowing that the universe always has your back, even when you can't see the full picture. And trust me, I know how hard this can be. I've had moments where I felt like giving up, moments where I thought the universe had forgotten me. But those were the moments that, in hindsight, led to the most profound transformations. So if you're facing challenges right now, I want you to take a deep breath and remind yourself that you're not alone in this. The path to your dreams isn't always straight or easy, but it's always worth it. Every setback is a setup for something greater. Every delay is refining your character, your strength, and your capacity to receive. Think of it this way: the universe is like a master weaver, carefully threading the tapestry of your life. Sometimes those threads get tangled and it looks like a mess. But with time, patience, and trust, you begin to see the bigger picture. You start to realize that those challenges were necessary to create the beautiful pattern that is your life. The law of attraction is not just about manifestation, it's about becoming. It's about evolving into the person who can live the life you're envisioning. And that journey, with all its twists and turns, is what makes the destination so meaningful. So the next time things don't go as planned, don't get discouraged. Instead, ask yourself, what am I learning right now? How am I growing? Because the universe isn't denying you, it's preparing you. And that's something truly powerful. Before we dive into this final section, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here and engaging with these powerful principles. If you found value in what we've explored so far, I highly recommend you hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. We're building something transformative here, and I don't want you to miss out on what's coming. This video is part of a playlist called The 12 Laws That Govern the Universe, where we detail each universal law to help you live a life full of purpose, abundance, and alignment. I'll leave the playlist on the final screen. So here we are, at the heart of it all. Everything we've talked about so far, from your thoughts and emotions to your actions, all leads to this one powerful truth: the universe responds. When you align your energy, your intentions, and your actions, you create a flow. It's in this state of flow that something magical happens: synchronicity. Have you ever noticed how, when you're fully focused on a goal, the right people, opportunities, and resources seem to show up at just the right time? It's not a coincidence. It's synchronicity. It's the universe's way of showing you that everything is interconnected, that it's working with you to bring your desires into reality. When you align yourself with your purpose, the universe aligns with you. But here's something we need to understand: synchronicity doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't show up when you're sitting still, waiting for life to change. It happens when you're in motion, when you're taking inspired action toward your goals. You see, the universe can only meet you as far as you're willing to go. It can open doors, but you have to walk through them. In my own life, I've experienced this time and time again. The moments when I was most aligned with my purpose, when I was taking action even when I couldn't see the full picture, were the moments when the universe seemed to meet me halfway. Out of nowhere, the right people would cross my path. Opportunities one hadn't even imagined would appear. It was as if the universe was saying, "You're on the right track. Keep going." And that's what I want you to understand. Synchronicity is the universe's way of affirming that you're aligned with your higher purpose. But here's the thing: you have to be ready to recognize those moments. Often, synchronicity comes in subtle ways, and if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. A chance conversation, an unexpected encounter, or even a random idea that pops into your head. These are the universe's whispers. These are the signs that you're in flow, that the energy you've been cultivating is starting to take shape in your external world. It's important to remember that the universe speaks in the language of energy and timing. It's not always about things happening when you want them to. It's about things happening when you're ready to receive them. Sometimes, what feels like a delay is actually the universe aligning things perfectly behind the scenes. And when the time is right, everything falls into place, effortlessly, almost like magic. But here's what I've learned: the magic isn't just in the results. The real magic is in the journey, learning to trust that the universe always has your back, even when things don't go according to plan. It's in the synchronicities that confirm you're on the right path, in the challenges that help you grow, and in the moments of clarity when everything just clicks. It's all part of the process. So, as we wrap up this exploration of the law of attraction, I want you to take this with you. You are a co-creator of your reality. You have the power to align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the life you want to live. And when you do, the universe will respond in ways that go beyond your wildest dreams. You'll experience synchronicity, flow, and the profound realization that everything is connected. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about aligning with the energy of the universe and stepping into your role as a creator. Because the universe is always listening, always responding. The question is, what are you asking for? And remember, this is just one law in a much larger framework. If you want to dive deeper and learn about the other universal laws that shape our reality, check out the playlist, The 12 Laws That Govern the Universe. It's waiting for you in the final screen, and I highly recommend you take this journey with us to understand how each law works together to create a life of harmony, abundance, and fulfillment. Thank you for being here, for investing in your growth, and for trusting this process. The universe is always working in your favor. Now it's time to meet it halfway.